Now, an amazing story of survival. We're learning how doctors were able to save a man who had a chainsaw stuck in his neck. That X-ray tells the story right there. You saw this as breaking news if you were watching Channel 11 News last night at 5. And just a day later, he is ready to leave the hospital, believe it or not. Channel 11 News anchor Lisa Sylvester talked with a man about how a centimeter was the difference between his life and death. Lisa.
Yeah, David, you talk about very, very lucky. That's what we're talking about here. A centimeter farther into his neck, and James Valentine likely would not be alive. And I spoke to the tree trimmer today who is recovering now at Allegheny General Hospital.
This X-ray pretty much says it all. A chainsaw barely missing James Valentine's major artery in the neck.
I felt it like I shut the saw off. Because it was in me, it was still running, and then I saw blood, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what in the world?
The 21-year-old tree cutter was taking down a tree in Ross Township Monday. He was cutting at an unusual angle to avoid power lines.
I just revved it up and just kicked down on me, just nicked me right here, and got stuck in me right there. And that's whenever I tried to get down out of the tree.
The blade of the chainsaw went into his left shoulder and cut into his neck. A co-worker helped Valentine down from the tree. When paramedics arrived, they had a tough job taking the motor apart from the blade.
An inch in either direction may change the outcome of this.
Dr. Christine Taves treated Valentine in Allegheny General Hospital.
This much.
So
about a good 2 inches.
When he arrived, the chainsaw was still stuck in his neck, which is exactly what needed to happen. The chainsaw had to stay in place to stop the bleeding until doctors removed it.
In his case, blessedly, he'd missed every important structure, just had a little muscle, what we call muscle and soft tissue and skin, and we fixed that and repaired that, and he's done quite well.
Could have been a lot worse, definitely. Definitely somebody was looking over me for sure.
Valentine will take a few days to recover, but then plans on getting right back to his job.
I'm a tree climber. That's what I do.
Still can't believe this story. So James Valentine had to have about 30 stitches and 10 staples. There might be a little numbness in his shoulder, but otherwise he's going to be okay. But this is certainly a good reminder for people, folks thinking about working outside, doing a little spring cleaning to keep safety in mind.
no question, Lisa. All right. Amazing story indeed. We have more coverage of this story of survival on WPXI.com, including our raw interviews with the victim and the doctors.